Hi, I'm Hank Haney, and I'm here to talk to you about strategy and course management, which is the part of the game that most amateur players could probably cut the most shots off their game. A little better course management, a little better strategy, kind of knowing where you are on the golf course, how to handle different situations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover a lot of different situations, give you an idea of how to manage your game a little bit, what to do when you get in a kind of a tight spot on the golf course, you don't quite know what to do, and just some little tricks that I've learned over my years of teaching all the touring pros that I've taught and going to so many PGA Tour events, give you some ideas, some of the little tricks you can do to cut some shots off your game and really lower your handicap without changing your golf swing. That's the key. I mean, just being able to manage yourself and your game a little bit better. You'd be surprised. Most players could probably cut 5 or 10 shots off their game just like that. When I think of course management, I'm thinking of a lot of different things, but the first thing that comes to mind is knowing what club to hit. So one of the things that I'm going to point out to you in this DVD is learning how you can work your way around the golf course by knowing exactly the distances that you hit your clubs. And that changes depending on the situation, but most amateur players don't have any idea how far they hit their clubs, and it makes it very difficult for them to come up with a strategy to work their way around the golf course. Another thing that I'm going to talk about is how to play the different holes. You got par 3s, par 4s, and par 5s. And there are different strategy situations that you'll run into on all 3 of those holes. And I'm going to point out some tips for you that are going to help you to lower your scores, depending on what kind of hole you're playing, whether it's a par 3 or par 4 or par 5. And then we're going to talk about knowing the different shots that you can play. Most players play a low percentage shot when a high percentage shot would be better. And the one thing about golf is that obviously every shot counts the same, and it doesn't matter whether you make a 3, a 4, or a 5, or a 6, and a 6 or a 7 might not be very good, but it's a lot better than an 8 or a 9. And playing one shot at a time, knowing the shots that you can play is going to cut strokes off your game.